Shut up! Oh, that's better. Damn. They talk loud in a coffee shop, don't they? So I actually, I thought I'd come down here to the coffee shop and ask this guy first. Hey, one coffee, please. And ask this guy, coffee. Because I actually had to get rid of that coffee machine. I've done a vlog about it on a couple of days ago on my last vlog. And when I did this, I showed that I can do a coffee very quickly. Now let's just say that every time I actually try to do a coffee, I put in the coffee mug inside, I put the thing, press the button, machine, it's a coffee machine, cool. But then I thought about it. The damn thing became so expensive. Every time you put one of those little tiny automatic coffee thing and with the coffee machine running and everything, it became so expensive for me. Wow. It was just amazing, the fact that it just every time you pay this little box, you get 8 cups from it, and it's only like 12 pounds or 8 pounds, I'm not sure. It's still going to be a lot more expensive than coming to this guy to actually do a coffee. What's the point then? The idea was to get a coffee machine that can be cheaper and has the same experience as if you're inside a coffee shop, which the machine will make it for you. I'd rather make it myself now. London. You ever walked out in the street these days and not heard a single sound? Ooh. Like, shut up! And then a lot of, oh, thank you. That's in the shut up word actually, like, they really listen. Okay, try to be quiet, guys. London is actually a very busy place. You walk around in the street and you hear all sorts of different noises. Car noises, people talking noises. And all these messages about it's good to talk. Because the phone companies tell you it's good to talk. Well, just bunch of junk nonsense, honest to God. Who walks in the street and talks to a stranger these days? I mean, unless you are a model and willing to talk to strangers, then the stranger would love the fact that, he's talking to a model and he says, oh my God, I'm talking to a model. And then that's like rare occasions, right? Oh yeah, it doesn't happen to everybody. And then of course, if you're walking down the street and you find some other guy that's walking in saying, hello, how you doing? And the first thing you would say is, not interested. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand, man. Talk to the hand. Not interested. Then of course you get the other guy saying that, hey, I've got this survey going on, we're willing to actually participate you with this thing. And then you think, survey? Really? I'm late already for work. Forget that nonsense. Thank you. No, not interested. Then you get these other guys they say, oh, we walk all the way, all the time in the streets, and you say, I find all sorts of different people walking down the street, and all of a sudden, you meet this guy and he talks all sorts of different things, and all of a sudden he says, I'm making a YouTube video. I find that so set up. I can find it, to be honest, to be true, that walking down the street, maybe one day I will do it. I'm gonna walk down the street, I'm gonna see if anybody willing to actually talk on camera. I think I'm gonna get beat up. My hometown. Now, I said about London, walking down the street, about not able to talk to people. My hometown is different. Now, this is probably one of the things that you like about my hometown. It's a religious place. It's used to be a small town. It's actually got way bigger now than I thought. And of course, it's got the shrines, the religious shrines, and The fact is, the population of my hometown is actually very, very low. I wouldn't go as far as like make it thousands and thousands and thousands. No, but the amount of visitors that it gets. I mean, okay, in the last time where, periods of religious events, you get people from all over the world coming in. All over the world. And the good thing about it is that my hometown is different in the sense when I say that, you can't talk to strangers outside. My hometown, they will talk to strangers. They will talk to anybody. Not only do they talk to strangers, they will make you food for free. They will make you sit in their home for free. They will get you, as long as it's just, they're so welcome. But they're welcoming, and how many people come in to the town? The last estimate that there was people when it was a very large amount during a religious festival. I mean, check out the numbers. Every time you'll see in the news, I think it was like 21 million arrived in one time, and they had to close down the borders of my town, of my country, just so they don't let people come in more. Now the borders of the town didn't actually close; they actually let them people in. But the bad thing about, of course, it allowed some really bad guys, the haters. Even in there, they was haters. They came down and did all sorts of different mess up. But in general, the hometown was actually really cool. Karbala was booming. It had at one time right now, even if you look at it right now, see this, look at this crowd. That's not the people inside the town. That's not from the people from town. That's people coming from outside the town. That's actually, that crowd is almost nothing. Look it up in Google Maps right now. You'll see it's actually booming. Even the Maps GPS was actually Google Maps would take a picture which shows that place is full. Look at this. Look at this. You see this? Where is this? There you go. Now that shows you how many people actually walked in that day when they took this picture. If you look at pictures on a normal day, yeah, you see only a few thousands walking in one road. On a religious festival day, you get millions. Now, what my hometown people, what they do is they have this thing that most of this behind me now is almost turned over to hotels or really good places for food and so on. Well, here's the thing. They actually, you walk down the street and you'll see, because there's so many people in there, it's very hard to breathe. So free water is given, free food is given, which is, if you know about my hometown or if you know about Iraqi dishes, then you'll know timan and qima. With rice and qima. Qima, you know what qima is, but rice and qima is like given to everywhere for free. It's just wonderful feeling about it. You just walk down the street and you get it. You don't need to feel hungry. People get water, people get qima, people get rice, people get by the way, qima is not only by itself. You get meat and you got lamb and you got all sorts of different things. You don't have to feel that it's just veggie stuff. You get all sorts of different food, and it's okay. And you also get rose petal water thrown at you if you want, or if you don't want. It's like a religious thing. And then it's the good thing about it, of course, it's the number of people. They just come from all over the place. Now, back when I was in Iraq, when I was a young boy, I only saw that particular event when I was a boy twice. The third time I saw it was the entire military was surrounding. Saddam did not like this particular events happening. He just thought, too much crowd coming in from all over the place. They don't visit the main capital, which they don't visit Baghdad, they visit Karbala directly. So he didn't like the idea of that. So what did he do? He actually put in within the crowd certain people that would report you in case you actually walk within the crowd. If you're walking among the crowd, if you're foreigner, then you're going to go to prison. If you're not foreigner, and then you need to give good reason why you're there, and you go to prison. If you're a foreigner and don't know how to pay your way out of this, then you might even get killed. That's why foreigners actually stopped coming in when Saddam was around. Actually, some people didn't stop, they just didn't care. It was a religious festival, so they wanted to come in. There was a lot of people who got offended with this thing, so they did all sorts of different things so they can walk in. I remember people, they used to wear the full women clothes so they could actually hide among women, but it failed. After a few attempts, they also got caught and thrown in prison. A lot of people I saw when I was a young boy was the last time I saw them was in this place, and that's it. After that, they didn't get to go anywhere else. So right now, when I say that this is actually a very big festival, it's a lot more people coming in and everything is very easy. I'm proud to say right now that I'm from this town, because it's been such a long journey to allow people coming in. It's not been an easy thing. And now my town is like booming everywhere. Oh, you know, this place is great and everything, and people coming in from all over the place. And the wonderful thing about this, of course, is that now that my hometown is so popular and so everything, everybody knows everyone in there, and everybody knows how my hometown is actually, you know, gives out free things and gives that. They come out. Everybody comes in. They come in. They keep coming in. It wasn't like that before. My town suffered a lot. I mean, during the war, this entire thing was destroyed by Saddam. Yeah, mostly Saddam. You know, people blame the Americans for a lot of different things. You know, like, you know, Bush and little big Bush and little Bush. They actually blamed them for destroying my, Iraq. But when it came down to my hometown, Bush never came to my hometown. They didn't actually enter the hometown. In fact, they only surrounded my hometown from the outside. They never went inside. They actually stayed outside. And this, when I was there, it got destroyed by Saddam's people. Helicopter destroyed those two pillars. You know, they nearly brought them down. Gun bullets was all over this wall. It was a nightmare. And and I was walking down here from one place here, actually from here, I think it's from here, from here to all the way to the other side, to try to run from the bullets. Now people were on this particular here. They had a gun here. They were trying to shoot at their people. They were trying to protect the shrine. So they were here, and they were on this other here, on the other pillar. They were trying to protect the shrine. They were called the resistance. Now they didn't know who they were shooting at. They didn't. Why would, well, you know? And the man and the woman, they were all wearing women clothes, so they can actually run away. So some of, you know, there was no more women clothes, so some of us had to put in pillows or some bedrooms curtain. We even put curtains on top of us just so we can hide ourselves, so we are not related to the war. While actually the Saddam's man was actually fighting from over there. The people inside here trying to resist the resistance. They were inside here, the Iraqi resistance, yeah. But neither they knew who they were fighting, or they knew how to fight. The Iraqi people were, the Iraqi military was going in on Saddam's orders that this is infidels, go kill them. The people on the resistance, it was not controlled. There was no control. So they were fighting everybody. So like I said, this came in from a very long. The town has come in and suffered quite a bit. And when you talk about, what did I do? Why did I had to run? Because I was in one of those buildings over here. Yeah, exactly one of those buildings. Yeah. And we were saved in one of those buildings, and we from all the bombings and everything, we were inside there. And I'm lucky. I'm lucky I was saved there. I talk about it now, but every time I think about it, I think about who put me in there. And the person that put me in there was my auntie's husband. God rest his soul. That was the last time I even saw him. He was saving us. He took us all in. And when you think about it, he actually, his name is Abu Ala. He read us Quran stories. He was very religious. He was one of the good people inside. He worked in the shrines, and it was great of him to help us. And he's got sons and everything, and his sons were actually very courageous as well. During the resistance and everything, everybody wanted to close shop and everything, but there was no food. Nobody was having food, so his sons even opened up the shops for food just so people can eat. They nearly got killed. So my uncle, my auntie's husband, Abu Ala, he actually didn't care who he would save, whether it's resistance or Ba'ath Party or military. He didn't care. So when the military came around and the resistance came around to look for who to fight, the resistance came around to say, we want to kill this guy. I mean, I saw it right in front of me. People were dragged in the street. People were dragged in the street because you're a Ba'ath Party. I'm not saying that the resistance movement was a bad idea 100%, but that particular part of the resistance movement was the worst thing ever that have happened. You don't drag somebody's body. This is somebody's father. I don't care what he did. You don't drag him outside. But we did. They did actually. They did. They dragged him from his. They put rope around his on his head, and they dragged him. It was awful, and this is something I witnessed. And then the whole thing, of course, they either kept on hitting him, kept on punishing him until, of course, they killed him. Then you get to see something like my auntie's husband. He saw all that, and then when the resistance came around. Do you have any Ba'ath Party members? Now, he used to live next to a Ba'ath Party member. Very strong Ba'ath Party member. In fact, I think he's still alive till today because of my auntie's husband. They asked him, is he there? He said no. And he was hiding him. He was hiding him in his home from the resistance. When the military came around, and they took out all the resistance, they said, who's the religious people that go into the shrine? Some of the bad Ba'ath Party members, they came in and appointed my auntie's husband. Now, the guy that actually was protected, he did try to say or didn't say, I don't know. But all I do know is that was the last time we saw my auntie's husband, because the military didn't have anything else to say. The Iraqi military, all they wanted to do, you're a religious person, kill. They took him, and we only assume that they killed him very quickly, because they weren't easy on killing quickly. They rather torture you for information, and after that. Now, the person that my auntie's husband saved, he went and told Saddam. Like I said, he was a very big guy. He went and told Saddam, and my auntie was invited to Saddam's palace. That's actually in the news. I'm sure I can find it if I can actually dig it around. I'm sure it's recorded somewhere. And they invited my auntie and their family to Saddam's palace for thanking them to saving a big Ba'ath Party member. And when Saddam, he asked them, so what's happening? What would you? I mean, thank you very much. See what all these rebels have done. This is a bad thing. We should all work together. Do you want anything else from me? Do you want anything from me? And my auntie's said, well, it's been 3 months, and my husband has been taken away, and we'd like him back. He was the one who's helped. And Saddam said this to her: oh, no, don't worry, go back home. I'll have him back for you. I'll make sure he's back. Like I said, we never heard from my uncle, my auntie's husband. We never heard from him. And like I said, he's a very old man, but he wasn't just taken by himself only. He was taken with his son-in-law. He's also taken. So there was 2 men that was taken from the shrine that day because they helped out a Ba'ath Party member, or they were religious people. In either case, when the shit happens, he actually defended everybody. When the shit happens from the other side, they actually pointed him out. I feel that no one should die alone, and I feel that no one should suffer, and I feel that no one should be faced into those stupid drama that's happening out there. Now, I witnessed all those things. I was there, and I saw much more worse things. I walked into one of the hotels in the other town, actually very, very far away. Back then, we used to have one big hotel back in our hometown, very big hotel, I think it's still around, Hotel the Karbala, and it was one of the biggest out there. I think 3 stars. I think back then, 3 stars was a big deal. Back in 1990, 3 stars, big deal. And I think that some of the stars are actually from alcohol, but this hotel doesn't have alcohol, especially in a religious town. But when I walked in next to it, I used to see a truck comes, no, sorry, not a truck, a bus comes in, and 2 military guys come out. I was, at that age, I was 10 years old. 2 military boys come out. The rest of them got lined up outside the bus. Come out, the rest of it was loads of people coming in, and they were lined up in front of the wall, and the 2 guys that came out first, another 2 guys followed them at the end, and so there were 4 military guys. Got the guns out, shoot them right outside the hotel. I was on a bicycle. What do you think I would do then? Run! I mean, he was running after me. He found that I was there and he was coming after me. Well, that's not gonna end up very safe journey, is it? I'm thinking that I'm gonna be ending up with a couple of bullet holes or something. I can laugh at it right now, I can even smirk about it right now, but this is not something I want anybody to be in, or ever. Okay, let me change the subject. We'll just change the background. War is hell. Living inside war is hell. It's true. War is bad, and you get to see all sorts of different bad things inside. I mean, I get to see a lot of bad things. But then I get to talk to people these days about what's happening around the world now. People say, wait, we're okay, there's no war. World War I finished. World War II is finished. You guys think that the wars are finished? Wake up! The war hasn't finished. In fact, after World War II, we had the Cold Wars. In our sense, that could be World War III. I mean, the war doesn't have to be always with guns. It can be a mental war. Then we got the other war that came after it, the terrorist war. Damn. Then, of course, the financial wars. That was an awful thing because, you know, governments wants to lower the tax. Banks don't want to lower the tax because banks say, we control the government. That's a war by itself. They're actually fighting you. Well, who else is fighting you? War hasn't stopped. All the wars that's taken place hasn't stopped. Now, they all just come in different shapes and different sizes as well. I don't want anyone to think that we are inside a world war. We're in a bloody gigantic planetary war. We've been fighting among ourselves all the time. Instead of fighting, I mean, you see me, I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to help out in my other channels. I've been trying to do all sorts of different things. You see me. We all try to be better men. We all try to. Then you get people like trying to spread hate, trying to spread all sorts of different things. Man, grow up. We got worse things in the world. We got better things in the world, and we got worse things in the world. And the truth is, right now, if you look at things, there are fires, ambulance dramas. I mean, there are holiday ambulance dramas, all sorts of different things. You've seen it in the news. It happens every day. You got police follow people every day. People that see this, the war, well, maybe not the Iraq war, that's finished, but they see the Iraq war, they see the other wars, and they see the normal life, the day-to-day activity of how things are going bad, and they take drugs, they take alcohol, they take all sorts of different things. Now, I'm not going to judge people for taking alcohol. No, you know, that's not my job. That's between you and whatever belief you have. But taking too much of something is always going to be bad for you. Always. I mean, try to eat too much oranges in the same day. That's going to kill you. Try to drink lots of water in the same day, in the same hour. Boom, you're dead. Doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. It's taking so much of something is going to be too much for you. Your body just can't handle it. So know your limit, man. And because of, you know, that, you need to also know that your surrounding, the people you're surrounded by, are they going to be affected with what you do? Right now, I'll tell you what, I'm affecting the people that surround me because I'm doing too many YouTube channels, too many YouTube videos. Hell, I'm gonna switch off this thing. See you guys later. Next vlog tomorrow. Bye.